You ever wonder why people with connective tissue disorders tend to have mast cell issues? Well, mast cells are all over the body. They're actually part of our innate immune system, and they can respond and recruit natural killer cells and T cells and all sorts of different things to fight an infection or pathogen or foreign invader. Now, mast cells, they reside predominantly, I would say, in mucosal tissue. So the mucosal lining, which would be like in your nose or in your mouth or in your gut, places where there's mucus. Or you have mast cells that are called connective tissue mast cells, and those reside in your connective tissues. So imagine your mast cells are your first line of defense against anything, really. So a virus, a bacteria, a fungi, a toxin, right? When those things go systemic, which they can do in what I like to call microsepsis, that's a different topic, then those mast cells can freak out, that's a technical term, and release a lot of granules. And granules are like little pockets inside of mast cells that hold all different types of chemicals and chemokines and mediators that regulate an immune response. So when these toxins, per se, toxins can come from viruses like we know spike protein. Toxins can come from bacteria, such as lipopolysaccharide. Toxins can come from fungi. We know all about different types of mycotoxins. All right. Toxins also can come from your water, or they can come from the air and pollution, or like metals found in food or fish or whatever. This whole world's toxic. But when there's a buildup of them, let's say your air quality is poor and you live in a moldy house, moldy room, or you have a moldy bathroom, when that goes systemic and triggers those connective tissues, or the mast cells in those connective tissues, that starts the process of breaking down the collagen, the ligaments, the fibrous tissues there. And so you see people who have a tendency to be hypermobile or extra flexible have more issues with mast cells. Not only that, but if you have degradation of those ligamentous tissues and collagen as well, then it can create an inflammatory response, which mast cells will try to protect you against. They're trying to be beneficial in that sense, but end up creating more inflammation in the end if the underlying causes are not addressed, such as like stabilization of whatever's being overstretched. So this is why you see like a lot of people who have like EDS and histamine intolerance. Although it's interesting because mast cells can degranulate without histamine. There are multiple histamine independent pathways that cause mast cells to degranulate. That's another topic of discussion, and I like to call it non-histamine intolerant mast cell activation. All right, if you enjoyed this video and you want to hear more about this or other topics, subscribe or like this video too, share it to someone who needs it. I'll catch you guys in the next video, so stay beautiful.